everyone, it's Char from Char's Fashion Nation, and I want to show you something that I got today. Now, y'all know I have this palette. I love this. This is Curse Cosmetics. I do represent them, but we are here for the vampire mood. Now, I am live over on TikTok at the same time that we're doing this. So first I'm going to swatch and then we're going to play with this palette. Now, I just put this palette together because these come as eyeshadow singles. And over here, they did see me put this together. So we will start here, and I laid them out this way on purpose. And also, like I said, to show that none of these shades are the same as Cursed. So that is my reason for doing that. And like I said, we're going to swatch. These are very soft. Oh my gosh, look at that. Look at that. That is so beautiful. Thinking, you know what? This is my way of being able to swatch so that everybody can see, oh my gosh, how absolutely beautiful that was. That white. Wow, no, you guys, look how beautiful that is. Good thing I have a makeup wipe. Right, that pumpkin color. Oh my gosh. Like, that is absolutely beautiful. Then I went there. Okay. Next is that brown shade, the green, the other purple, and pumpkin, the other kind of pumpkin-y color. So I'm going to swatch these. Now remember, what you swatch may not lay down the same on your skin. Also, depending on your skin type, remember that. Your skin type is very important when you're laying down makeup. Now we're going into this glitter, this other one. I only picked one glitter, and I picked the pink one that almost came out wrong. Then we have these, right? Like, oh, that almost came out wrong. And like, that was on my elbow. I don't know. That's weird. Anyway, so there's those. Look at that. Look at that. That is a beautiful shift. And the pigment comes off really, really nice. So especially if you get it off with a really nice damp makeup wipe, make sure you get a really good brand. Now, I did get some makeup wipes for $1.50. You're like, $1.50 where? Amazon. Now, these will stay in the palette because they're magnetized. And it's got this cutesy mirror. Not the same shape as this one. The coffin shapes are completely different, which is cool. I love that. So we'll put that down. We will be using the Flex Beauty Cosmetics palette today. Right? That's beautiful, right, Kay? So I will be using the Curse Cosmetics brushes from the Black Veil Brides collection. And this is my Anastasia. Yeah, this is my only Anastasia brush left. I had some of the brow pomade very long time ago, but I kept the spoolie in the brush. And this is the Black Veil Brides spoolie. So I'll just leave that over there. So, oh, that's from Dark Divine. That's a big palette. So I went ahead and put the eye primer on from Gerard Cosmetics. And I use this for my contour from Cursed. Remember, like I said, blending is friending. So that makes sure that you're mixing your brands to make sure that they work good together. Now, I already know these are going to work really good together. Make sure that your brush is clean. At that, I always try to make sure that my brushes are clean. I'm not going to go in without white first. What I will do, I do not take it across. I pat. That's all you need to do. Pat that. You see that pigment? Where did it go? It did not leave the brush. That's important to note. Pat that on. You may think you might not be able to see that. I can see that. It doesn't have to be overly pigmented. It could just be pigmented just enough. Now these are buildable. I do like that, because I think that is a great thing. So we're going to go ahead and do the other eye with that. Neither one of your eyes are going to completely match. Do not worry about that. And if you don't clack that off, you actually pick up more pigment than not. Now, the little trick to this, as I always say, if you do a wing, make sure that you follow to the edge of your eyebrow. That is a good thing to know. So we're going to pick up a different brush, because I have several. Who doesn't anymore? So I want to show you how you can take any of these shades and blend them together, because I think I'll use this one in there too. So you can take any of these, like I said. So I'm going to go ahead and dip into this. And we're going to take that right there. Okay, just take that right there. And that will pull that look out really nice. Now, I'm not quite doing it down here, but we are going to go ahead and build that in. What I'm doing is I'm not touching here, I'm touching on the outer half of the eyelid for that. So that is also a good thing to know, is how to do that. Now, when I was a model, we used to have to do our own makeup depending on where you were. Okay, depending on where you were, you had to do your own. They were not paying for all the makeup artists. Take your brush, blend it in a circle. When you come back out, pull it up towards the edge of that brow. Okay, do that on both sides. So, see how easy that was. On here again, you can take a fluffy brush and lay makeup down. I will tell you that you can, depending on the brush. Let's say we have this brush right here, right? Thank you. The owner of Flex Beauty Cosmetics is over on my TikTok live, and I appreciate that. So now we are going to go ahead and dip into this right here. You need to clean your brushes, okay? So do I. Now we're going to go ahead and lay that down. Now, if you can't get a shade to lay down, like what I just did on a dry brush, go ahead and dampen your brush. Now, what that is going to do, it's okay, girl. You go ahead. What you can do is go ahead and wet your brush. Now, what that will do is it will intensify the eyeshadow. Now, we all know that if it doesn't go on right on one eye, go ahead and just lay it down like that, because it's not going to lay out right with both eyes. And so far, I really like that. I'm liking how this is coming together, y'all. It's very ookie kooky spooky season. Right? At least I think it is. Now we're just going to take an angled brush. Right? I'm going to take the angled brush in a moment, because I just realized I forgot to do one step ahead of myself. We're going to take the white. We're going to pop that right at that brow bone. Now, there's a reason why I got certain shades. Makeup is magic. Don't forget that. Makeup is magic. That does pick up on the brush. And you can go ahead and blend it. Remember what I said, take that in a circle. Oh yes, it does match my dress. This is a dress. I do make my own, like 98% of my own clothes now. So now what we're going to do is we're going to dip into that black dip, as in pat that. That's when you want to take that and go ahead. You can draw that upward. That is how you are able to get a wing without it being a full-on, you're doing your eye wing. Now, like I always tell people, very lightly, do not make it look like Tammy Faye Bakker did your eyebrows. Because she was heavy-handed with the makeup. There's a rumor that she should actually bathe in Maybelline. See the difference? None, some. And I went light with that, so hold on. Okay, so what I did was I used the black here for under the eye and the eyebrow. And I did use this right here like you saw. And then I'm about to go into this purple shade. We're not doing Ursula. We're just doing a little extra on that brush. This type of brush, the other little trick is to roll your brush. Like I said, don't dig your brush in. I like to show people the former model like makeup tips. And then we're going to go right up here in this kind of brownish purple. Like I said, you know, that is kind of a brownish purple. So we're just going to pat into that and also take that just above the other color, and that orange is still there. Above the other color. Then we're going to go Blendy Friendly. Then I will put an eyeliner on. Now the eyeliner that I have is Curse Cosmetics. Figure out where I put it first. So I added one of the Batty eyeliners from Curse Cosmetics because blending is friending. And the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and put on a set of CR lashes. And then we'll do the lip. Okay, so we picked a pair of lashes for me to put on. This is a matte liquid lip from Curse Cosmetics I'm going to use. And then I'm going to show you the little trick to do with an eyeshadow. Now, I do love this color. And this is why I blend brands. Always blend your brands. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I had people over on TikTok pick out which thing I would tap over the lip color. So Christine, FabFit Mama, picked the lavender shade. And my friend Kaylilla picked the green because that's her favorite color anyway. And so I think we'll do the purple. Oh, look how pretty that is. And the green. I'm going to put a little extra of that purple though. Oh, there we go. Now that shows up. And then just go like that. Now you've just blended both of those colors together. Isn't that pretty? Oh my God, that is pretty. So anyway, remember Ciara Lashes. She also has a YouTube channel. She doesn't have that many subscribers. Go over there and check her out. Show her some love for the beauty that she has created on a daily basis. And stay happy, stay healthy, stay positive, and as always, stay blessed. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye. And your beauty can be flexed.